Okay. Well,
on that note, welcome back, Sunday Society. We took quite the break, and it was much needed.
Much needed.
And I'm ready. We got hot takes.
We got through the holidays.
Yeah, we
and
did.
We
early.
took a little extra long
the holidays
holiday.
plus.
Yeah. And here we are.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Me too.
I mean, I've been looking forward to this. So we've got hot takes. We've got funny takes. I've got funny questions that make no sense. So what do you say?
Yeah.
Let's grab our coffee, get comfy, and let's take back Sunday. Anna.
Yes, ma'am.
This episode will come out in February, but we have not recorded since, November?
November.
So a lot has happened.
Oh my gosh.
Things are still happening. So why don't we jump in? What is your first hot take of 2026?
So it honestly isn't like a huge thing, but I have a question. Why do you think that books are always so much better than the movie adaptations?
Because we get to come up with the idea in our head. We create the images and we create the movie in our mind. And we all think that we have the best imaginations ever. So nothing's going to compare to that.
I would agree with you. I think that, like, number one, there are certain things with descriptions in books that you just can't replicate in a movie. And then also if I've already read the book and then I watch the movie, I already have an idea in my mind.
Yes, exactly. You know what you want the characters to look like. You know what you want them to sound like, to act like. And then you see who they cast and you're like, what? That's not who I chose. Like, no offense to Twilight, but Kristen Stewart, not who I wanted as Bella. Not who I would have cast as Bella at all. Edward, no offense, Robert Pattinson, and this might be the hot take. Not who I would have chosen for Edward, but whatever.
Yeah.
It is what it is. So why do you ask?
I've read so many books already this year.
Yes.
We're like 3 weeks in to the year. And I think I'm on book like 7.
Clutch my pearls. Goodness gracious.
So I'm trying so hard to read as much as I possibly can.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy it. And when I go long periods of time, I forget how much I enjoy it. And then I start reading again, and then I'm staying up way too late because I don't want to stop or whatever. So I'm really, really enjoying the books that I have been reading this year.
Well, what are some of the books?
So one of them is the series you gave me, which is the Housemaid. And so that one, we are supposed to see that movie. And so that's why I was like, I wonder if I'm going to enjoy the movie as much as I did the book. And the first 2 were, I feel like, the best. The third one, I was like, eh.
Oh, did you finish the third one?
I did.
See, it was not, I mean.
I was like, this is kind of dumb. I'm going to be honest. And
there were a lot of things that you were like, oh, okay, that was. Whoop-de-doo.
But I thoroughly enjoyed the Housemaid series. I have been reading a lot of Geneva Rose books, which are kind of, I would say, if you've like murder mystery meets romantic books. Okay. So I have read, I think 3 or 4 of hers. I'm on one right now that's like The Perfect Marriage, except for perfect is like,
oh, is that Geneva Rose? Okay.
So yeah,
I've heard of that one. I read The Home is Where the Bodies Are. That was good. It took me longer to get into it than it normally takes me to get into books, but it was all right.
I feel like this one that I'm reading now was like that. Like the first few chapters, I was like, and then it hits, and you're like,
you're okay.
Oh.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Well, you gave me. You shouldn't be here. We shouldn't be here.
You shouldn't have come here.
You shouldn't have come
here.
Is
that Geneva Rose too?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. That's the next one on my list.
It's kind of predictable, but it's good.
Okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with predictable.
She does good with a little twist.
Yeah. So does Frida McFadden.
Yeah, Frida McFadden. The Housemaid. Yep. The twists are fun. I just have really enjoyed just kind of escaping and getting into a good book. And yeah, I have a lot of books I want to read.
Do you have like a goal for the year?
So honestly, I would love to read like 5 books a month. That would be my goal.
That is crazy.
I'm already past that now.
Yeah.
We're 3 weeks in and I've read like I said,
60
6 or
books
7
this year.
Yeah, that's
6,
my
7.
goal. That's a hot take. I hate 6, 7. I'm over it.
She's over it. I'm not.
I bought a like a sweatshirt for a hockey game I had to go to for work. And it says 6, 7 on it.
Oh my gosh.
And
like
my
that's
kids
the number
were like,
on the back.
It's 6, 7. I'm like, oh Lord.
That's funny.
I think something about 1967 or something. I don't know. But
oh, that makes sense. Okay.
Those people in St. Louis love their hockey.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The Blues?
The Blues. Yep. Interesting.
I don't watch hockey. I don't understand it. They have like a designated time for you to fight somebody. I'm like, I think I like that. Or like they have like designated players that are your like aggressors or something. I didn't
see really any fights. I did when I went to years ago. Went to a Mavericks game, and I did remember seeing fights. That was the most exciting part for me. But I feel like hockey's simple enough. I understood it, so I knew what was going on, which was nice.
Yeah,
that I wasn't like,
wait, who's got the ball or the puck or whatever? What are they supposed to do with it?
Yeah,
it is pretty obvious. It's pretty straightforward, like soccer.
Yeah,
kick it to the Italians. That is it's from a movie. Don't cancel me.
Yeah, so that's my first hot take is just, but yeah, I agree with you. I think it is because we have this imagery in our minds that we create this story that we can see when we're reading, and also that you just can't describe certain things in a movie like you can a book. Some movies do. They do amazing, but it's hard. I think it's hard.
Yeah, I agree.
So what about you? What you got?
Well, do we want to start with something like...
I don't care. You pick. You do what you want to pick.
Well, since we were talking about sports, we'll talk about sports. Big news in the 2026 year is the FIFA World Cup will be hosted in North America. England, Argentina, and the Netherlands have all decided to put their base camps in Kansas City. So when they come here, they're just going to set up in Kansas City. I don't really know what that means, but it sounds cool. I did see that one of those teams wants to set up in Swope Park. And I was like, that's what I said. I was like, I don't know if that's the best place for them. And Caleb, my brother, said, you don't understand the amount of security that these people travel with. I'm like, I get that. But also, like, Swope, that's where you wanted to go. Okay.
I don't know if that's the first place I would choose.
Peace and blessings.
They probably don't understand where they're.
No, they've seen seen like the Google image searches of like,
Yeah, they need to
AI generated.
They need something else.
Yes. Other sports related news, the Winter Olympics are going to start in February, which is this month, in Milan Cortina. And I like the Winter Olympics. I love figure skating. I always wanted to be like one of those people that could twirl around, and it was never meant for me.
Listen, why is it, and I feel like I'm coming for you, so I'm so sorry. Why is it when you said that all I can picture is the Napoleon Dynamite guy and Will Ferrell like the Jew?
What is that dance that he does?
Oh my gosh, that's funny. I don't know why.
Oh no, Blades of Glory is what you're talking about.
Blades of Glory.
Absolutely, that would be me. That would be me. Oh my gosh.
I was like, I cannot think of the movie.
No, thanks for coming for my soul, but it's okay. It's okay.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I love that movie. I would be honored to be Chaz Michaels.
Yes.
What's the other kid's name? I don't know, but they called him Skating's Little Orphan Awesome.
Yeah, like, I don't know. It's been so long since I've seen that movie.
Oh my gosh.
Is the weird guy in that movie that's like obsessed?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He's like in a couple.
Yeah, he's
in
like, a lot of their...
wear your skin as a suit.
Yep, I want to cut your skin off and wear it to my birthday. It's coming up.
Yes.
Cassie and I used to say those lines to each other all the time. Jimmy McElroy. That's
He made that movie. That was, he was so weird. He's in another one where it's like, I think bench warmers, where he's like afraid to go out in the sun.
Howie. Yes. Because I relate to that on so many levels. Truly.
Oh my gosh.
All right. One more sports thing.
Well, and then I have a little sports, but not unconfirmed.
Oh.
So I'm
unconfirmed sports. Yeah. Well, this is confirmed. The Patriots and the Seahawks are going to the Super Bowl, and I don't care.
Yeah.
I literally wrote, don't care, LOL, on my notes. So.
I saw a video of my mentor, Derek, just freaking out. So excited. We're going to this.
Oh,
I'm like, yeah,
Which team does he cheer for? The Patriots?
Oh, yeah. He's a huge Patriots fan.
Boo.
Even without their favorite monarch, or whatever.
Their quarterback, Tom Brady.
Even without Tom Brady,
goodness,
he's still a huge fan.
Well, that's a true fan then.
Yeah. So I have been seeing reports, and because I couldn't find like a media that put it out that was like
legit.
Yeah. I feel like there's probably something to it, but I don't want to say for sure. But I saw that Travis Kelce's charity, it's like called like 87 something, is under scrutiny right now because in most charities, like 75% of what they bring in goes to the cause, and his was like 41%. So the people running it are getting way more money than the people that it's going, and I'm not saying that he is aware of that, but it's his charity.
Is now.
It's his charity. All I know is there have been multiple reports, things that have been popping up, but because mainstream media hasn't said anything, I don't want to be like, this is for sure.
Yeah. Well,
but I was like, man,
that's disheartening.
Yeah.
I do know something for sure though, that he has stepped out of the Pro Bowl. Like he's not going to play in the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
There's speculation, that means that he's not going to retire and he doesn't want to injure himself in the Pro Bowl.
I don't think he's planning on retiring.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm. No, I don't think he's done yet.
Yeah. This year would not have been a good year to end on, personally.
And maybe if this year would have been better, he'd have been like, this is my time.
Yeah.
But I think he has a little bit more fight in him. I also saw
he got that dog in him.
Yeah. I also saw reports that him and Taylor are like putting a hold on like their wedding planning. And I'm like, but again, it's like, I don't know why TikTok and all, like, if you go try to find, you might get a page 6 that might hint to it.
Sure.
But it's nothing that's like legit. So I don't know what's going on with Taylor and Travis, but I feel like people are coming for them right now.
Ew, I don't like it. Unless it's justified, then
yeah. And I don't know if it all comes down to this charity thing. I do think that there's some kind of validity to it, but I'm just not sure what. Like these people that are, in charge of the charity, are they, charging too much and, they didn't have enough money to like, I don't know. There's so many things.
Yeah. There's a lot of factors probably that.
But yeah, like who is your president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, all of that? Who's your board of directors? All of those people should be doing that for him and making sure that things look good and are on the up and up. So I just am curious. I'll be curious to see if we hear more about it.
Yeah, we'll have to do like a follow-up on that because I'd be curious too. All right, are you ready for something I never thought that I would say ever? President Trump wants to buy Greenland, and this is not new. This is we've known this. He's not been shy about wanting to buy it.
No, he has not.
Have you ever seen the movie Enough with Jennifer Lopez? Yeah. Do you know the scene where the abusive husband, like before she figures out that he's crazy, goes to the house, like knocks on the door, and he's like, my wife just loves this house and I want to buy it. And they're like, it's not for sale. And he's like, we're buying this house, and like bullies them out of their house. Not that Donald Trump is abusing his wife, but that's what that feels like. You're like, I want to buy Greenland. And they're like, it's not for sale. He's like, I'm going to buy it. So he says,
I'm Sorry. Okay. So sorry. I feel like Chanel on ridiculousness right now with her dumb laugh. Sorry,
I
Chanel.
love her. So he wants to buy Greenland. He says that it's for national security reasons and that he's, quote, not going to use any force to take it. Like, he's not going to storm the beaches of Greenland.
He's just going to really try.
He threatened very heavy, steep tariffs.
But then he came back on that, right?
Yep. Because they were like, well, we don't want to do that. It was a tactic. Whale. Oopsies. So he did threaten those tariffs, but withdrew that threat after forming, quote, the framework of a future deal with respect to Greenland, end quote. And this happened after they had talks with the NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland.
Okay.
Were you going to say something?
I literally was just thinking, is it something with the beaches? Like, do we want places with beaches?
You don't want them beaches. It's all ice.
Oh, that's right. Greenland is ice.
Yes. So
and
the Vikings
is green.
And the Vikings did that to confuse people so that they wouldn't steal their land.
Well,
allegedly. And honestly, Donald Trump confused them too and called Greenland Iceland a couple times at this summit thing. I was like, brother, read your notes.
That would be me if I was president. I'm so geographically confused.
Apparently.
I would be like,
oh my god,
up there, and they'll be like, Mexico. Yep,
that one. I think I read somewhere else that somebody had referred to something as the Mexican countries or different countries in Mexico, and I'm like, Mexico's one country. It is just Mexico. It is South America. Yeah. The Coalition for Reason is weak. Okay. So the BBC article went on to say that Greenland's location between North America and the Arctic makes it well placed for early warning systems in the event of missile attacks and for monitoring vessels in the region. So it makes sense. Like, his reasonings make sense.
Can he not just be like,
hey,
brother, can we just be friends and have military bases set there to help each other?
I think we do.
Okay.
I think that's a lie. Like, I think that's like the on paper reason, but there's like the under the table reason, and I'll get to that in just a moment. Pause or hold for further information. So at the height of the Cold War, the United States had plans to station nuclear missiles on Greenland, but abandoned that project over engineering problems and objections by Denmark, who owns Greenland.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people allege and speculate that this is related to natural resources. Greenland has a lot of rare earth minerals, uranium and iron, and also a significant oil and gas reserve there. So people assume that is the reason that's being like hidden. It's like the ulterior motive. It's like, we're going to say it's for national security. And while that might be true, they also want to tap into all those resources.
I mean, I feel like if you look back on history, the wars that we get involved in or the wars that we have fought in, all are in at least one heavy resource available.
Well, that's all imperialism is taking over other countries so you can have what they have.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why we did what we did to Venezuela, which no news stories have come out on that since like that whole thing happened.
Girl.
And if they have, I haven't seen them.
Yeah.
My feed was flooded that we kidnapped the man and his wife. Not kidnapped, took them.
Yeah.
I don't know what you would call that. Apprehended them internationally. And then nothing.
Yeah.
Like, did he release them? Are they still here?
Yeah.
What's going on in Venezuela?
I was like, he's a really bad guy. And we were really upset. Everybody was freaking out that we needed to mind our own business. But then, like, I feel like Americans are the most hypocritical people in the entire world. They're like, this is our business and we need to be involved. And then in the same mouth on the other side, they're like, why are we getting involved in this? It's like whatever agenda you're following. And I'm just over here like,
I just don't even know. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, the Venezuelan people seemed, at least the ones that I was able to see, like, making videos or whatever on the news, they seemed happy for the most part. But I think they understand the impacts of what he had done in that country. Mm-hmm. My question is, you take out a dictator, you take one out. There's going to be somebody there to fill their shoes. So what are you doing next? There has to be follow-up.
What's the plan?
I feel like we do that a lot. We'll go in as America.
We did that in the Middle East.
Yep. We go in, we're like, we're going to take care of this problem.
We gut the house. And
then we it's like we never can figure out. I don't understand that.
Yeah. We go in and we try to instill democracy overnight. And like government like that takes years, hundreds of years.
Yeah. So it's like, if you're going to do it, we have to commit to being there for hundreds of years, which also is horrible.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the right decision was with that.
I couldn't tell you. I didn't realize that was a legal thing you could do, is go like I didn't even know.
I don't know if it is. Okay. And I was like, I don't know if it is.
Like, I know that
depends on who you listen to.
Yeah.
Like news-wise, it depends if it was legal or not.
And I know that Interpol is a thing, like international police, but those are for like international criminals that, like, you know, people that commit a murder in France and then fly to Germany and then go to Austria and then are all over the place. Like, it's like the feds for the world.
Yeah.
But like, this was just like a warrant from the United States? ? I don't understand.
I don't know. It sounds
didn't plan
like
to
there
talk
were
about
lots
that.
of countries that supported it, and then there was a few countries that were like, yeah, we shouldn't be doing this. So it's like, I don't know if there's some kind of, like NATO, how they like they like work together. I don't know if they like come up with like okay, we're all on board, we can go get this person. I don't know how any of that works.
Yeah.
Nor do I care.
I know. All I know is that there's probably a lot of ethical questions that go into it. Does the end justify the means?
Yes.
Like, does the end result justify the things that we're doing? And that's a question, like with war. Does the end result of this war justify all of the horrors that come from it? Yeah. Like, you know, it's just an ethical question. What good will come of this for who? Yeah. That's the question you have to ask yourself, or for whom.
Like I said, I think that if we are going to do things like pull a dictator and take him captive, you know, then we need to be able to help that country and make sure that another dictator doesn't just slide right in.
Is what happened, right? Like the vice president, they don't have presidents there. That's the vice dictator, took over, didn't he?
Yeah.
And I feel like this is a very renegade move where you go in, you do the hero thing, but then what comes next? You know, you should have had a plan on a page before. Like, what steps are we going to take to ensure stability in this country?
What did Cuba do? Because Fidel Castro, you know, once he was gone, Cuba's better. But like, I wonder what they did to get their...
I couldn't tell you. I'm not well versed in international affairs. I'm barely versed in national affairs.
Yeah. So I was just curious. Anyway,
I don't know. That'd be a curious thing to look into.
Are you ready for this crazy
I'm ready.
question?
Yeah, give me something crazy.
Where do all the bodies and caskets go? 60 to 68 million people per year are dying, and there's no... I understand that there's other ways to get rid of bodies. We have cremation, but where there's not enough space in the ground for that many bodies and caskets. I don't see them building tons of new cemeteries. So where do the bodies go? I literally had my girls convinced that McDonald's meat.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I'm really hoping to cut out McDonald's this year. It's on the list. No, but for real. So I looked this up.
I was going to say, do you have an answer? Because I have an idea.
So yeah. So I have some answers. So because there are 60 to 68 million people per year that die, there is no way that there would be enough space. You fill up all the worlds.
All the worlds.
So graveyards actually manage space through strategies like vertical burials, double death plots.
Don't you double decker me, baby. You want to get buried on top of me, honey?
Leasing plots, which I think is really interesting.
What is that?
We're going to get into it.
Okay.
And reuse of old sites.
What?
Yeah, reusing old sites. So
like they dig you up and out?
Double depth is going to be a stacked burial burying two people in the same plot, one above the other.
Yeah, baby. I want you buried right on top of me for all eternity.
Vertical is going to be the above ground, the whatever,
like mausoleums.
Yeah, mausoleums. There we go.
If I don't have a marble mausoleum, I'm haunting every one of you.
Cremation is another option. eventually I think it will be mandatory if I'm being honest, but who knows?
That would make sense.
So, and then tighter grave spacing, you know, trying to, you know, consolidate. But this is the leasing and reusing, okay?
Ugh.
Lease agreements.
What the?
Plots are often leased for a set time, 50 to 100 years. I had no idea. No idea that this was a thing.
I didn't either.
Renewal. Families must renew the lease. If they do not, the plot can become available. I'm so sorry. Okay. Families must renew the lease. And if they don't, the plot can become available for reuse. So
what do you mean? They gonna dig grandma up and do what with her? Burn her?
Burn her. Yep. Lift and deepen. After a lease expires. So this is...
That sounds like something after dark.
After a lease expires, remains might be moved deeper, and a new burial occurs in the same spot.
Dang.
So the whole
what
thing.
What made you think about this?
3 a.m. thoughts with Hannah. I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, I just thought it was interesting because our graveyards. I feel like that is not politically correct. Our cemeteries. There we go. Our cemeteries in town. There's a lot of people that die every year, even in this community or around here. And I'm thinking, how do we still? Because they have 1800s.
Yeah.
Grave things out there. I'm like,
I do think people get cremated a lot more often now than they did in the past.
I think eventually it'll just be what you do.
Yeah. There's no. Where are we gonna put people in the house?
We're gonna start stacking them up
like the Indians did
above ground.
Yep, have those big old like mounds of people. Whoo, that gave me the willies.
But yeah, I was just like, what happens? And I had no idea that you could lease a grave. Girl.
I didn't either. Like, oh, your lease is up. We're gonna come repossess grandma.
Yes. So like 50 years, 100 years, oh, your family doesn't care, okay.
Or your family is dead. What do you mean? Like
they don't care because they're dead.
I guess whatever. If I'm dead, 100 years go by, whatever. Dig me up.
It's not going to matter for me. I'm not going to be buried.
I don't care.
So
I think I'd rather be cremated.
Yeah.
And then
the idea, even though I know I will not be in my body, the idea of being in a casket under the ground with all the bugs and in the dark.
And then we'll never become zombies.
Yeah.
And eat people. So there's that. Have you seen where they say that you can make yourself into like a pod and like that a tree will grow out of your dead body? That'd be cool.
Yeah.
And then, the tree burns down and my family's horrified. That's fine too. That'd be terrifying.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 a.m. thoughts I have. I'm like, what if I am a tree and then I burn? Like, what happens?
Yeah. I mean, that could happen too. Yeah. Or just you don't grow. They'd be like, she wasn't doing well in real life anyway.
I couldn't even come back as a tree. I mean, I do kill every plant that I try to have.
I know. So. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, make me a diamond. I feel like that's more fitting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And just pass me down to generations. Like a family heirloom.
This is my grandma.
This is great. Yeah. Will you marry me with great grandma in the stone?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
She's always watching.
New life goal. Could you imagine if you got robbed and they're like, there was my grandma.
How do you put a price tag on Nana?
How much would you insure that ring for?
Girl, millions.
Put a price tag on Nana. Reminds me of my favorite blooper from Stranger Things when Hopper's like, it's your Nana. It's your grandma.
Yes. Oh, he's funny. Okay. So yeah, that was one of my 3 a.m. thoughts. So what do you got?
In the spirit of things that are kind of crazy. That was rude, but we're going to talk about Kanye West. Okay. I'll be here all night.
Yay.
Yay. Sorry. He formally changed his name in 2021. I think.
Yay.
So Ye took out a full-page ad in the Wall Street Journal, published a letter apologizing for his behavior during what he says was a, quote, 4-month manic episode that took place the first half of 2025. Unless you've been living... Well, actually, maybe you aren't paying any attention to Kanye West or Ye. That's fine. he has been incredibly like anti-Semitic. He's been very not well. That's really just the only way I can describe it. So,
like, to the point of selling shirts with swastikas on them, on his in his clothing line. It was taken down. But it was up.
Lost a lot of, I think he lost some sponsorships. He lost some collab deals.
Saying things about Hitler, how he
respected him or something.
Hitler.
It was not great.
No.
In the letter, he says that he was diagnosed with an injury to his right frontal lobe in 2023, which, as we know in the crime junkie world, any head injury is going to affect who you are.
Yep.
There's a lot of
Grey's Anatomy too. Just kidding.
Yeah, literally.
But they used that a couple of times.
Yeah, there's serial killers who were fine until they got their head injury, and then they became monsters. So this is the crazy part for me, though, is that he was diagnosed with this in 2023, but he says it's from when he sustained a head injury from an accident in 2002. So 21 years later, which is crazy, right?
Yeah.
So at the time, the focus was on the visible damage, the fracture, the swelling, the immediate physical trauma. The deeper injury, the one inside my skull, went unnoticed, he said. Oh, well, there, that answers the question.
Okay.
He says that his debilitating bipolar diagnosis has resulted from that damage. I'm not sure if you can get bipolar disorder from a head injury.
I don't
know,
I
wouldn't write it off.
Traumatic brain injuries can mimic mental health. I do know that.
Yeah. Well, that definitely sounds like a traumatic brain injury for sure.
I have worked with many traumatic brain injury people that you will have some that are completely calm. They might not remember things. And you have some that are extremely violent.
Yeah.
Will hurt people. So when we would get an admission, you would really have to look at those because you don't know what you're really getting yourself into.
Yeah.
And it can be very dangerous.
With residents in your communities now. Wow.
So not so much now. Thankfully, I don't have to worry about that. But rehabilitation centers where they're coming in, it can be very scary. So that makes sense to a point to me.
It does. I would wonder if the bipolar just is a mimicking of a TBI.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to dig into that and see if they can, if it could cause that.
If you're not on medication.
Clearly he wasn't.
You might have, I don't know. He wasn't, if he does, I think he has a traumatic brain injury. I'm not going to say he doesn't. But I also think there might be mental health things going on there.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And then when you're not medicated, it can just completely make you just go off the deep end.
Yeah. And this isn't the first.
Witnessed.
Yeah. It's not the first time it's happened.
Mm-mm.
I don't think that it will be the last, unfortunately. I hope that it is. I hope that he is surrounded by people that will shut it down and really hold him accountable. But we know how Hollywood is. If he's not making headlines by being crazy, he's not making people money. So maybe that's my tinfoil hat moment, is that it could have been.
Yeah.
But so I have the letter, the ad, and it's long, but if you'd like, I could read it and we can kind of dissect it.
Sure.
And just kind of hear what he had to say. For those of you that haven't heard it, this is titled "To Those I've Hurt" by Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, from the Wall Street Journal. 25 years ago, I was in a car accident that broke my jaw and caused injury to the right frontal lobe of my brain. At the time, the focus was on the visible damage, the fracture, the swelling, and the immediate physical trauma. The deeper injury, the one inside my skull, went unnoticed. Comprehensive scans were not done, neurological exams were limited, and the possibility of a frontal lobe injury was never raised. It wasn't properly diagnosed until 2023. That medical oversight caused serious damage to my mental health and led to my bipolar type 1 diagnosis. So I want to pause there. There's two types of bipolar disorder, type 1 and type 2. Type 1 are those huge highs that last a long time and those deep lows that last a long time. Type 2, it's just like a little blip up and then you're down and then you're up and then you're down. It's not prolonged. I think there's The qualifiers have to do with how long you're in like your manic or depressive state, how often, in the types of behaviors, like how extreme they are. Bipolar disorder comes with its own defense system, denial. When you're manic, you don't think you're sick. You think everyone else is overreacting. You feel like you're seeing the world more clearly than ever, when in reality, you're losing your grip entirely. Once people label you as crazy, you feel as if you cannot contribute anything meaningful to the world. It's easy for people to joke and laugh it off, when in fact, this is a very serious, debilitating disease you can die from. And that is true. Mental health, like crisis,
yeah,
a lot of people die from that. Well, there we go. According to the World Health Organization and Cambridge University, people with bipolar disorder have a life expectancy that is shortened by 10 to 15 years on average, and a 2 to 3 times higher all-cause mortality rate than the general population. This is on par with severe heart disease, type 1 diabetes, HIV, and cancer, all lethal and fatal if left untreated. I think that's a solid point, that mental health is just as serious as physical health. The scariest thing about this disorder is how persuasive it is when it tells you you don't need help. It makes you blind, but convinced you have insight. You feel powerful, certain, and unstoppable. I lost touch with reality. Things got worse the longer I ignored the problem. I said and did things I deeply regret. Some of the people I loved the most, I treated the worst. You endured fear, confusion, humiliation, and the exhaustion of trying to love someone who was at times unrecognizable.
I feel like that right there is
for Kim.
Is for Kim.
Yeah.
I mean, because don't get me wrong, I think Kim has problems too, but I do think that she tried to love him and keep him under control so that people didn't notice how sick he was.
Yeah. And for their kids.
Yeah.
Looking back, I became detached from my true self. In that fractured state, I gravitated toward the most destructive symbol I could find, the swastika, and even sold t-shirts bearing it. One of the difficult aspects of having bipolar type 1 are the disconnected moments, many of which I still cannot recall, that led to poor judgment and reckless behavior that oftentimes feels like an out-of-body experience. I regret and am deeply mortified by my actions in that state, and am committed to accountability, treatment, and meaningful change. It does not excuse what I did, though. I am not a Nazi or an anti-Semite. I love Jewish people. To the Black community, which held me down through all the highs and lows and the darkest of times, the Black community is unquestionably the foundation of who I am. I am so sorry to have let you down. I love us. In early 2025, I fell into a 4-month-long manic episode of psychotic, paranoid, and impulsive behavior that destroyed my life. As the situation became increasingly unstable, there were times I didn't want to be here anymore. Having bipolar disorder is not a state of constant mental illness. When you go into the manic episode, you are ill at that point. When you are not in an episode, you are completely normal. And that's when the wreckage from the illness hits the hardest. Hitting rock bottom a few months ago, my wife encouraged me to finally get help. I have found comfort in Reddit forums of all places. Different people speak of being in manic or depressive episodes of a similar nature. I read their stories and realized that I was not alone. It's not just me who ruins their entire life once a year despite taking meds every day and being told by the so-called best doctors in the world that I am not bipolar, but merely experiencing, quote, symptoms of autism. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. Crazy misdiagnosis,
Yeah.
if true. Crazy. Liability would be on those doctors. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, my words as a leader in my community have real global impact and influence. In my mania, I lost complete sight of that. As I find my new baseline and new center through an effective regime of medication, therapy, exercise, and clean living, I have newfound, much-needed clarity. I am pouring my energy into positive, meaningful art, music, clothing, design, and other new ideas to help the world. I'm not asking for sympathy or a free pass, though I aspire to earn your forgiveness. I write today simply to ask for your patience and understanding as I find my way home.
I think that was beautifully written. I don't think he wrote that, but I think that he helped write it.
I do, yeah, I think that he helped.
Just because I've heard him talk a lot, and like, that don't sound like him. But I think that he probably helped come up with that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. He's a good rapper, so he can write. But yeah, I think that it was probably a team of people that helped him. I see and I hear accountability. I do hear, you know, a minute of this is maybe someone else's fault, like the doctors or whatever.
Of what it was.
Yeah. But I do hear genuine, like, I'm sorry.
So yeah, I do too. I really struggled with some of what he was doing because I was like, this is so wild. But I do want to not want to make an excuse for his behavior, but I do want to say he talked about that reality being shifted.
Yeah.
And I think that somewhere in that reality shift and his experiences with what, if you would look at the industry of music or of politicians or of people that are elite in our country or not in our country that have a lot of money, they tend to be Jewish. And that is not a dig.
Yeah, it's just a statement of fact.
Yes. I think that he probably had some encounters with people
maybe
that were Jewish, whether it could just be that they are of Jewish descent or I'm not saying they practice. I'm just saying they're of Jewish descent. I think that in his mind, that is where maybe that deep hate came from and where he started to like talk about Hitler, because as we know, the industry is not kind. It's not good to people.
Yeah, it's very obvious.
What we know, we probably don't even know a half of it. So I do think that the Jewish thing to me made sense because I was like, he has all of these people that are above him that are telling him what to do or how to act or whatever. I think somewhere he connected that like you're Jewish, you're bad, I hate you.
That warped perception of reality.
Yes.
I honestly that never would have crossed my mind.
And then the other thing is I wanted to talk about his documentary that came out in 2025, and it's In Whose Name.
Oh, that's right.
And I watched it.
Okay.
So one part that really stuck out to me was he is having a disagreement, and you can tell it's like Christianer's home. Corey is there.
I mean, we can all assume we've all seen that house.
Yeah. He is yelling and he's like jumping and he's very heightened.
Manic.
Yes.
Dysregulated. And
he is yelling at them and he's like, you don't think anything. You don't think the way I am has anything to do with your fault. And you don't think the amount of lithium you guys had me on. Ooh. Which, if you look, they have claimed that he was on like 3 times more than an adult should be.
Ooh.
Of lithium. Anywho.
They were definitely trying to mask it.
And she begins to cry. Kris Jenner begins to cry and she says, she admits, yes, I think that some of this is my fault. And she says, I just wanted you to be perfect. And to me, in that moment, I thought, how disgusting that you're concerned so much, but it was for perfection.
For her image.
Not well-being.
Yeah.
It's about you. It's not about him.
Yep. It was about their brand.
Yeah. And I think that the things that he was exposed to in that time of his life were not good. And there might have been people that cared for him, but they were caring for the wrong reasons.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so while I have never been a huge Kanye fan, it's never, some of his music's okay or whatever. Watching this the last few years has been like, whoa, like, yeah. And I've always said that it comes down to that, he's not being taken care of, the people that are in his corner. So you have people that are over medicating him and just trying to shut him up. And then you have other people who are like, you're fine.
They profit.
Everything's fine.
Yeah. They profit off the mania.
Yes. And his wife, they had that whole stunt where she was naked. Like,
oh yeah. Yeah. One of those award shows or something. Right.
But then he would talk to Kim about how she didn't dress appropriate and she needed to dress more modest. That was another part that I was like, this is so bipolar because it's like you're 2 different people. Same thing with who he is and what he's always stood for. And then coming out as like hating all Jewish people.
Yeah. Yeah. It really was out of character. It really was.
It was like, I was like, is this real?
Yeah. Or is this a stunt, a publicity stunt?
Yes. So, but it really, that part in that documentary, I was like,
how dare you?
How dare you? Yeah. That you cared about you over this person that clearly needed help.
Yeah.
You know, now I can't speak for Kim, but I do think that she tried to do her very, very best to keep him out of the limelight of what was going on, until she just couldn't anymore.
Yeah. And I do, because I still watch the Kardashians, and she does a good job of just not ever talking bad about him, because she's like, my kids will watch this one day and I don't need them to hear me say all these bad things about their father.
Yeah.
I will say, the more I watch the Kardashians, the more I understand Kourtney. Kourtney is kind of becoming the scapegoat of like the one who, the black sheep, like doesn't want to be around the family, doesn't want to do this, wants to have everything like on her routine and her schedule. And I'm like, I don't wonder if it's because there's just so much toxicity.
Like enmeshment.
Yeah.
Enmeshment.
Yeah. I don't know that Kris Jenner is this wholesome mom figure.
I mean, it's not like she's doing all of these things for the goodness of her children. She's making a killing.
Oh yeah. The woman could have retired 20 years ago.
Yeah, managing these people.
Yeah.
So it's her money that's being affected when things don't go right.
Yeah. Yep. Her money, her brand, her name.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, what else do you got?
So I didn't know who snowboarder Ryan Wedding was until this last week, but he's an ex-Olympic snowboarder who just went from, I also have to just say really quick, I hate that like certain people get headlines and other people's don't. Like, so like he's doing something bad, instead of saying that it's ex-Olympic snowboarder, that's what you hear. That's like the first words. And I'm like, okay, but we've done that before with like rapists that are good athletes in a college. And that's what they say first. It kind of bothers me. Anyway, I'll get off that.
No, I'm here for it.
So he went from being a snowboarder to moving a different type of snow. He has been apprehended for running a drug smuggling ring.
Good Lord.
Authorities say Wedding moved as much as 60 tons of cocaine between Colombia, Mexico, Canada, and Southern California.
60 tons?
And believes he was working under the protection of the Sinaloa cartel, one of Mexico's most drugful
those drugful people.
Those most powerful drug rings. His drug trafficking group was the largest supplier of cocaine to Canada. And how? Because we've been there. The border was wild. It was very intimidating. I'm just like, how does that happen? But anyway, probably through like
a loophole. Yeah. Tunnels.
According to according to the 2024 indictment in his home country, where he actually faces separate drug charges dating back to 2015. Mexican officials say he turned himself into the U.S. Embassy in Mexico City last week and was flown to Southern California after a year-long effort by authorities in the United States, Mexico, Canada, Colombia, and the Dominican Republic to arrest him.
So that's Interpol. That's what Interpol does.
Yes. So
you got warrants everywhere, bud. Holy cow.
They made it clear that he like turned himself in, but Kash Patel, why he always looks like he's lying or he's done something bad. His eyes are always, I don't know.
Yeah. Or he's got like a corn cob up his butt. Like
something. He said
he's the director of the FBI, correct?
Yeah, he said he was arrested. And I'm just like, it sounds like he turned himself in. I don't know. Anyway, who cares? Either way, how do you go from being an Olympian snowboarder to a drug smuggler? 60 tons.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot of cocaine. It's a different type of snow. It's a lot, though.
I wonder if he got involved, like, from his celebrity status. He got, like,
maybe
involved in the drugs and then got caught up in something that he couldn't get out of.
Yeah. It's just wild.
That is crazy.
But yeah, the FBI is real proud of their job getting him.
One less cocaine smuggler.
One less, yeah. And he's like a buff looking. He's a very nice looking man, which also brings me to one more thing I wanted to talk about. I didn't put it on here, but there is I don't even remember what it's called now, but on Paramount Plus, there is a documentary about a serial killer. He killed 2 women in the same day, so that's why he's a serial killer. His name is Willie Wilson, and he became a heartthrob. And there were women dropping their panties for this man, trying to date him, marry him, talk to him after he killed 2 women.
That makes me want to barf.
And when he you'll have to look at, he's very good looking, but he looks evil.
Well, like Ted Bundy was the same way.
Yeah, he looks evil, and he got like tattoos on his face while he was in prison, so he like looks like a skeleton and like the Joker. I don't know, you'll have to look at his picture. But he described running over the second woman so much that she looked like spaghetti. And that's why he was like, when I get drugs in my system, I just think murder, 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 kill, kill, kill. He was like hyping himself up, talking about it to the sheriff.
Oh my God.
He ran this woman over so many times.
That, like, my brain can't even comprehend that.
And that he was like, it was almost like he was bragging.
Yeah. Ew.
But anyway, these women were like, I love him. And I'm like,
oh my gosh.
What? Why? I mean, all of these women, like TikTok's wild about this Willie Wilson and talking about the way he looks. And I'm like, but he killed 2 women.
Yeah, ladies.
Like, that did nothing. The one woman went home with him after a bar, and he murdered her, strangled her, hurt her. The other one, she was walking to work. Jesus. And then after he killed those 2 women, he went and found his actual girlfriend and started to beat the crap out of her. And then ran from the police.
Ladies,
the police.
Raise your standards, ladies. This is not acceptable.
Okay, so he's good looking, but dang, why is he murdered 2 women in cold blood? Yeah. He didn't even know them. They were strangers to him.
This is unacceptable. Yeah. Ladies, do better.
Yeah.
As a woman, as a girl's girl, I'm like, you gotta do better.
What in the world is wild to me?
Yeah.
I only say that because I was like, oh, well, he's a very attractive man. He's a drug lord. Like, that's what he is.
He's a bad person.
He's a criminal. Yeah. This man was a criminal. And I was watching it last night, and I was like, because Ray told me to watch it. And I'm like, I don't get, women sending him money, buying him stuff.
Girls, buy me stuff. Send me money.
And this man is literally just eating it up because he has nothing better to do than sit in jail. He even calls the woman, his ex-girlfriend that he beat up that day, calls her and is like, you can't wait on me. You don't want to be. And she's like, ew. No.
Brother,
You're wait on you for what? You're going to be in there till you die.
Yeah, men are not lonely enough.
I was like, what in the world? So anyway, if you get a chance, I want to say something about obsession, but I can't remember. But if you look it up, Willie Wilson is his name. It's wild. And his dad was on there, and he's like, you can hear the conversations between him and his dad. And he called his dad for help that day. And his dad turned him in, and he was like,
good.
He's talking to his dad, and he's like, hey, how are you? And he's like, I'm not great. And he's like, they told me that you turned me in. And he's like, yep, I did.
And that was probably the hardest thing that dad had to do, but it was the right thing to do.
But the dad even talked about how he was like talking it up about murdering these women in cold blood. The one lady was literally just walking to work.
Dude, that's what meth does. Yeah. That is what drugs do, man.
It's good. Yeah. Anyway, terrifying. So you should check it out, though. It's good. It's good.
All right. So 2 pop culture moments that both involve Hilary Duff, believe it or not. Lizzie McGuire.
Yeah. I heard something about her recently, and I was like, okay, but go ahead.
So I'll start with the negative news. So there's celebrity mom drama.
That's what I heard.
So
Meghan Trainor's in this mean mom group.
Yes.
But Meghan Trainor's TikTok making herself look like she's the drama.
That's what I said. Meghan Trainor posted a TikTok of the learning of toxic mom group, and I said it felt kind of icky.
Yes. So I was like, girl, I think she might be onto something with you.
Yeah. So Ashley Tisdale, who played Sharpay Evans in High School Musical, if you know, you know, reported in The Cut, wrote an op-ed piece in The Cut, that she was in a celebrity mom group and was always the one who was left out, and that it was a toxic mom group. Hilary Duff's husband, because Hilary Duff she never says who was in this group, but the internet be interneting, and people
pictures.
found
Yeah.
So Meghan Trainor and Hilary Duff were two. I think Mandy Moore was in it, which that broke my heart if it's true, because I adore Mandy Moore. Anyway, Hilary Duff's husband, I think his name is Matthew, he posted a photo of himself photoshopped onto Ashley Tisdale's body with the Cuts logo and a mock headline that read, quote, "The most self-obsessed, tone-deaf person on earth," end quote.
That feels yucky. And it also feels like you're a little, you know what? Because I can't say it on here. Men should not act like women. And they should not act petty like women. Listen, women can be manipulative and nasty and petty. But when men do it, and call me sexist, I don't care. It is gross. And it gives you the ick. That gave me the ick.
It's not nice. Yeah, it definitely gives the ick. And Meghan Trainor's
Men usually are like, oh, those women, they're just fighting. They'll be over it in a week or two, you know, like, or they are like, oh, we got a problem. We're going to go outside and fight, and then we're done.
Yeah.
And it's over. When men do things like that, just, ugh. Gross.
Well, I am secretly hoping that it's not true, but it kind of sounds like it might be.
Mm-hmm.
But positive news about Hilary Duff. She released her first album in 10 years.
Yeah, I saw that.
There's 2 songs right now that I've heard. Mature is one, and I'm like, who is she talking about? Because she's talking about an older guy who dates younger women and says, oh, you're so mature for your age, babe. And like, that's a red flag. If
I bet you it's somebody that she experienced when she was younger.
Oh, 100% it is. 100%. Because she's like, I saw your new girl. She looks like me, but younger, but blonder, but, you know. Mm-hmm. And I bet he says you're so mature for your age. Again, my younger ladies, if a man who is too old to be talking to you says that you're mature for your age, run.
Yeah.
Because the women his age don't want him.
Yeah.
That's on that. That's hot tea that I will spill everywhere.
Yep.
So the other song that I heard and kind of saw a little glimpse of the music video is called Roommates. Girl, it's raunchy. She's talking about head in a dive bar. I'm like, oh, I didn't like it. It's definitely a different vibe. And it sounds just like Taylor Swift's music. I'm sorry to say. The music itself, the way that she's trying to storytell, it all feels very Taylor Swift coded. Mm. I need you to find your own sound, babe. But I will say, I watched videos of the concert where she's saying this is what dreams are made of, and it did take me back to my childhood.
Yeah.
And I liked that.
She was such a huge part of our childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird Hilary Duff drama.
I know. The mom group thing, I was like, oh, well, that's odd.
I do think I believe it. I don't want to, but I do.
Yeah. So coming from someone who has had somebody make it clear that they are not interested in being a part of your life, or it's hard to like
accept it.
But if it's a group of women and
that
it
like
feels
always
targeted,
leave you out, yeah,
that hurts my heart for her.
Yeah.
She might be annoying or whatever, like that people might think she's annoying or whatever, but like kindness goes a long way, and that's heartbreaking.
And I don't wonder though if this was I don't know how long ago it was. But I mean, mom group, their kids are not very old. But let me say, maybe they were young and they just were still catty. When we were younger, we were all catty to each other. Maybe it was just something that they needed to grow out of.
Well, the Meghan Trainor seems catty right now.
Yeah.
I looked at her TikToks about
the one where she's like typing, like finding out that there's a toxic mom group, and she's like,
yeah. And then she made I was like,
I didn't watch anything else.
Yeah. I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't want people to think that you're mean,
maybe don't act mean.
Don't act mean. Don't make videos.
Mean.
You just proved her point, ma'am.
Yeah, exactly. All right. What else? What's next?
Why do sex scenes in movies and shows give me the ick? Doesn't matter how good it is. Doesn't matter how raunchy it is. It literally, as soon as it starts happening, I'm like, uncomfortable.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not the only one. There was like a poll that women did, and they were like, yeah, you can leave it out. You could literally,
I saw something about
like
that.
Roll in the sheets, like show like you're going to bed and turn the lights down. We know what's happening. You don't have to show us.
I have seen that.
Sex scenes.
That people are more or less interested in the sex scenes than the women specifically.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll watch it and I'll be like.
I mean, it's not like I watch the movies just to see it. If it's there, I'm like, okay, this is kind of weird. But because what I always think about is that those are two people that had to film that and how uncomfortable that was. Yeah. And that's a whole other topic that we could talk about.
I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know why, but it gives me the like, ugh, like, I don't know. I think maybe it's because it's a private thing. And there's also, even though it can be a beautiful thing, there's also not beautiful things that go with it. And I just like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't want to be sitting down to eat my chicken noodle soup and then just butt cheeks or whatever. And like, oh, come on. Yeah. I feel like it's a lot more now too. Like the like threshold of what is allowed on TV is so much more. Like, we watched a movie this weekend and I had no idea that Channing Tatum's jiggly butt would be running through a store on it. But sure enough, it was. I guess I probably could have looked into it a little bit more. And Fridley's like, his butt's jiggling. And I'm pretty sure I just saw his balls. And I'm like, you did it. They wouldn't show that on this. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
Immediately, I'm like embarrassed. And like, oh, bad mom moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, with your children, of course. Yeah, that's awkward.
But it was funny to me.
Yeah.
It was not a sensual butt cheeks.
No, it was funny. It was comedic.
Yeah.
Just jiggling in the breeze.
But yeah, so I don't know. I think the threshold has moved down. Like when we were younger, you might hear like hell or damn on TV. Now they'd be saying pretty much all the words.
Yeah, nothing's off limits.
Except maybe sometimes F word on certain shows, but the rest.
Yeah. Well, there's like you can in like a PG-13 movie, I think you can say it once. Oh. Like there's like different like for rating purposes. There's different boundaries and guidelines you have to follow, which is wild.
Yeah. But anyway, so that was just my little hot take is that sex scenes give me the ick. I'm like, ooh.
Well, they don't give me the ick, but I think like how uncomfortable was that they had to both be naked laying on top of each other.
Yeah. Like, ugh.
But yeah. I think the last one that we're going to talk about before we end on like a fun note is something that we would be remiss if we didn't at least mention it because it is such a big thing happening in our country right now. Preface by saying we're not going to dig deep into it because we are going to give a whole episode to this where we're going to research, we're going to look at all the different angles of this so we can give quality information that we feel confident in giving. With that being said, the situation in Minneapolis with ICE has been very, very tragic, disheartening, brutal, not great. Renee Good and Alex Preddy were both killed in Minneapolis by ICE agents. My personal stance is that neither of those murders were warranted. I think they were murdered. I don't see any justification for the deaths that took place. And that's just where I stand on that. So
I would have to disagree a little bit. I think Renee, there's more of a reason why she was shot than Alex. I really didn't talk a lot about Renee because I was like, man, I just watched over and over again and was like, I don't know. Like, you were trying to impede on what they were doing. You took off. You didn't follow. You know what I mean? Like, there's things that I'm sitting there like, God, I just don't know. She did move her car. He did kind of step towards the car as she was moving it. Do I think that it was the best choice? No. But do I think she might have put herself in a bad situation? Yes, I do. Alex, on the other hand, I watched the video again a lot of times. And I don't necessarily see why they thought he was a threat. I understand that he had a 9mm on him. And he had 2 full magazines, that would be my only question, is if you're at a peaceful protest, why you have a 9mm with 2 full magazines. That to me doesn't sound like you're there to be peaceful. But whatever his intent was, his actions and while they were, attacking him and shooting him, he did nothing to warrant that. But you look like you were surprised by what I just said with the gun.
No, I was curious where the magazines were. Like, were they on his person or were they in his vehicle?
No, they were on his person with no ID. He had no ID. So typically for like a conceal and carry, you would have that. You would let officers know if you started to be confronted that, hey, I'm wearing, or if you get pulled over, I have a gun in the car, I conceal and carry. I have a 9mm. You have 2 full magazines. You do not have your ID where you can be identified. That to me doesn't sound like I'm out there doing the best thing I possibly could.
It is legal, though, to carry a weapon. I mean, we've seen, and this is why we'll do a deeper dive into this, because I don't know their names off the top of my head, but there's an image that I remember of these 2 people standing on their front lawn holding guns out while people were protesting. Like, they were just like shooing them off with their weapons. And I watched the video. I never saw him reach for his gun. I never saw him do anything but try to help. So I don't.
Well, I will say it gets a little hairy when they put their hands on him. It's hard to see what is happening because he's moving, and it's like, is he moving himself or are they moving him? But regardless, what he was doing was running to that woman to help her. At the end of the day, I do not believe that man should have been shot at 10 times in the street like he was.
Yeah.
So and that might make me look like a bad person for questioning why he has a 9mm with 2 magazines. Like, that might make me look like a bad person. And if it does, it does. But I am a good person who uses my critical thinking skills. So that piece I question. But for what my eyes saw, it's not right. And, we are going to dive deep into this, but I will say that there are a lot of deaths under other administrations, and I know people will pull that and they will say that. My issue would be that they were in deportation camps where they were caged up like animals, and that's why they died of health issues. They weren't shot down in the street by ICE. So that argument, I'm sure, will come up. But if you want to look at, facts, the facts is that people probably have an issue because they're being shot in the street. They're not dying of health-related issues that should have been handled better, and there was like neglect in those deportation camps. There's a big difference. I mean, they're both wrong. But that us watching somebody get shot for just being at a protest and helping somebody, again, with Renee, I don't have a lot to say with that because, again, I don't honestly think it was the right thing to do. I don't think that cop made the right decision, but I'm not a cop. I don't have to think that quick. I always try to put myself in people's shoes. Would I have done that? Would I have felt like I was in danger and I was unsafe and shot somebody? I don't know. So, I mean, but again, I don't trust the media. I don't trust any form of government. I don't trust anything that they tell us.
Yeah.
But I do trust that multiple sources reported that was what was on his person.
Yeah.
With no identification. Which I guess I should look up laws on if you do have your weapon on you, if you're supposed to carry your ID. I don't know. That was mentioned multiple times. So I didn't actually look at that because I was like, we're not going to go too deep into it. But
yeah. No, and I don't know. Again, I think, and I assume every state's laws are different. I know every state's laws are different. So like what's required here in Missouri is going to look different than Minnesota.
And I feel like it's 2 different situations. Renee was not at a protest. She was impeding on an ICE operation. He was at a protest. And again, why he had what he had on him, I don't know. Unless he just really didn't feel safe. And then at that point, I'm like, why are you why are you putting your life at danger like that? I mean, I get protesting is important and it can make changes, but I'm not getting killed for anybody except for my family. Like, I'm not getting killed for people. I'm sorry. That's just not on my bingo list for 2026. Also, I don't think that talking about it all over Facebook is helpful. Like, all it does is drive more division. I made one post about one thing saying that I didn't even agree totally with a person, but just felt like, hey, this was really hard to watch. And it was like watching somebody be killed in front of you on TV was hard. And, I've lost friendships that I thought were lifelong friendships over that. So I'm not going to use my voice for anything anymore on Facebook, because all it does is I'm not convincing anybody to change their mind. I feel like Facebook and any feed, it's just division. It's just everybody's fighting over this. And I'm like, I honestly feel like that's what our government wants and has always wanted, is people to be divided and not look at the bigger picture of how messed up our country is. So I'm like, I'm not going to say anything, because it doesn't matter. I'm not going to change anybody's mind. All I know is that if I would have been in that situation that Alex was in, and that woman would have fallen and hurt herself, like she would have been pushed and needed aid, I probably would have done the same thing as him. Now, I probably wouldn't have had a gun on me. Maybe I would have my little self-defense gun, but I wouldn't have been, going to cause a fight or anything. And I'm not saying he was, but I would have probably attended to her the same, because I'm a person that helps people. So yeah, it's the freaking, I don't know. I just feel like everything that we see and everything that is pushed down our throats is just to cause us more confusion and stress and division. And I'm just,
at a certain point, it's going to break.
Yeah.
I mean, the dam's going to break.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel good right now.
Yeah.
But we will go further into detail.
Yeah. I feel like we need to really look at the history
of why it was even created in the first place, and kind of how their purpose has evolved through each administration, because each administration comes in with their own agenda. Some people's agenda is border control, some people's isn't. So it's just a matter of what are they wanting to use that group of people for. Yeah.
What was the last thing? I will say,
I don't even know if I want to do it anymore.
We gotta end on a good note. All right.
It's more funny. I found these funny questions. Ridiculous food questions from Pinterest.
Okay.
Which fruit looks the most suspicious to you?
Grapefruit.
It looks suspicious?
Yes.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
It's over here like, I'm an orange. I promise. I'm a sweet orange. You lies, you tell.
That's so funny. That is so true.
I'm even pink.
Oh my God. Right?
Grapefruit is trash.
I love grapefruit though. I love it.
I tried so hard when I was younger to like it.
Oh man, I love some grapefruit juice.
How do you eat it when it's so sour?
I love it. My mouth's watering.
What? My mouth's watering too.
That video. I hope none of our people that listen have that thing where you emetophobia where you
emetophobia. I was like, what is it called?
What fruit do I think is the most suspicious?
Yeah, I want to know.
Bananas.
Why?
I don't know.
She hates men. Oh, we can't say that because we got TikTok took our video down.
Oh, that's right. I really don't like them. Men get blocked.
But like, why bananas?
I don't think bananas. I think what I was thinking is passion fruit. Aren't those the ones that are like spiky and look like sea urchins? Or is that dragon fruit?
Maybe dragon fruit, I think, has the spiky and then it's white on the inside.
Yeah, and like polka dotted.
That's suspicious.
Yeah, that looks like it could be a sea creature.
Yeah.
That's suspicious to me.
And are plantains fruit?
Yeah, I think so.
Those are suspicious to me too.
They be acting like bananas. I actually had in college, we had to do like a demonstrative speech, and somebody demonstrated how to fry plantains. I think she was
to figure it out.
She was from Africa. I don't remember which country, but they were delicious.
Well, I had a girl that went to Wentworth while I worked there in high school, and she was from Haiti, and she had food shipped in, and we made it Haitian food, and whoo, girl,
I bet it was good.
Best food.
Yeah.
And I believe maybe plantains, but I've never cooked them, and that's weird that we're talking about this, because this week I was like, I think I'm going to try to figure out how to cook plantains.
It was sweet. Like she caramelized them.
Yes.
Something. It was delicious.
Okay.
I know the answer that you need to choose for this next question, and I'm very interested to see if you do. If vegetables could hold grudges, which one would hate you? Say it.
Broccoli.
Oh, nope.
What?
Celery.
Broccoli, because I love it. It's so good for you, but it does not love me, and it like causes me to be bloated and gassy, and so does like leafy greens. Leafy greens
girl.
be getting my stomach.
They be moving you. That iron.
Yeah. What about you? What do you say?
Oh gosh, if a vegetable could hold a grudge, which one would hate me? Probably green beans, because I cook them so much. They were like, lady, leave my family alone.
Yeah. I could also say Brussels sprouts, because I do not like them. So they could be like,
she's too good for us.
Yeah. Which I've tried so many different things. I've even tried to make them not healthy to make them taste good. It like reminds me of like a green radish. There's like this like bitterness to them.
Oh, then you're not doing it right. We got to get you some good Brussels sprouts.
Because like I've smashed them, I put them with oil or butter and like Parmesan, and like try to cook them, and they're just kind of bitter.
They do have a little bit of a bite to them.
Yeah, it reminds me of vinegar, and I am not a vinegar person.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay, which food would make the worst deodorant smell?
Any food?
Any food.
Onions.
I was gonna say onions too. Onions.
Could you imagine slicing it and just lemons would make a good one.
Yes, they would. Another one that would be bad is like a brick Parmesan cheese. Like that is like feet.
And just meat.
Any kind of like raw meat.
Bloody.
First of all, that's not blood. They drain the blood.
Okay.
It's plasma.
Whatever.
That's not kidding, but I'll cut that part out. Sorry.
Whatever. It's gross.
It is gross.
Could you imagine just a big old steak on your armpits?
Oh, gross.
No.
Okay. Well,
onions have to be top number
onions
one.
And feet cheese. For sure.
Blue cheese too.
Oh,
because it really
cheese deodorant. The mold be molding.
Yeah.
Okay, that was the last ridiculous food question.
Oh, okay. I liked those.
I do too. There's a whole list of them. I'll get more for the next time. So the last thing I want to know is you're going to pick your day. So there's 4 days that I'm going to describe, and you pick your day.
I'm going to close my eyes so I can imagine.
You're going to think it's number 1. Then you're going to think it's number 3, but you're going to settle on number 4.
Okay.
Okay. Number 2, no. Okay. Day 1, snowing, Netflix, fluffy blanket, fireplace, hot chocolate.
Okay.
Number 2, sunny, beach, boat, cookout, iced tea. Maybe number 2. Day 3 is sunny, leaves falling, porch swing, reading, coffee. Okay. Day 4, sunny, windows open, cleaning, baking cookies, iced coffee.
Yep.
That's the one.
That's my day.
I know. I was like,
you said windows open, cleaning.
Yes.
Immediately I opened my eyes like, that's it.
I knew it. I was like, she's going to like the first one. She's going to think
all
she
of
wants
those
the
sound
one.
Nice.
Yeah, they do.
All of those. The second one, it depends.
The beach, it just depends on how hot it is.
Yeah. If it's like a beautiful beach day, not like scorching hot, then yes.
Yeah. I don't want to be part of the cookout.
Yes. I don't want to be baking in the sun, but the other 3 sounded great, but number 4 is my day.
Yep. Number 3 is mine. The leaves falling porch swing.
That was, and reading a book.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
That would be if I wasn't in my house. Like,
yeah. Oh man. So I talked to Autumn the other day about our cabin in Gatlinburg, And we talked about having like a girls' retreat where like during the day, I don't know if you've seen the videos, but like no one talks to each other. You just do your own thing. You read, you do a craft, you go to town, you manage yourself. And then at the end of the day, everyone like cooks together and we talk and we, talk about what we did and this and that. We're talking about getting that cabin and doing that. So
nice.
You're included in this.
Well, it's only got 3. I mean, you'd only have like 3 or 4 people because
whatever. We don't know a lot of people.
Well, that would be my only thing is it, but that cabin was.
Yeah. King size bed upstairs, king size bed downstairs. So 2 people could sleep in those. And then the couch. And I think there was like a mattress, like an air mattress.
Maybe. So yeah. So maybe a little bit more, but yeah, that sounds nice.
I want to go back to that cabin.
I would be like, I will go to town and I will sit on that back porch and read.
All day.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just need a little bit more comfy of a chair or maybe like a pillow.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yep. Autumn said we wouldn't make it through an hour before we'd want to talk to each other.
Yeah.
And like, yeah. So, well, that, my friends,
is it.
Dun-dun-dun.
That's what you get for this one. No,
yeah.
I'm just kidding.
LOL.
We probably had way longer than we should have for this. So it's
been a while.
Yeah, we've had a lot to talk about. Missed you guys.
Yes.
We will be back next week with
mindset.
The power of a positive mindset. Or not.
Yeah.
The power of a mindset.
The choice is yours of what kind of mindset you want to have. So, on that note, I'm Bianca.
And I'm Hannah.
And we are
Taking Back Sunday.